Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's this time of the week that we like to say,
Welcome to Ye-jits of the World!
With you,
Glenn Wool and you,
Andrew Maxwell. And this week on Eejits of the World, we have the Eejits of...
the bowls of superiority.
Right. We also have the Eejits of... cholesterol for dinner. And we have...
The Eejits of men who make rhymes and should not tweet.
I have gone and been convinced by mass media to stay up all night watching American sport again.
Yes.
The Super Bowl.
The Superbowl.
Soup or bowl.
Yeah.
We're in our 50s. We'll take either.
Yeah. I can't do both. Yeah. Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Yeah.
This morning.
Oh, lovely.
I fell asleep. I couldn't get through another.
It was not good. I got to the third quarter and turned it off. I was impressed because it was always obvious the Eagles were going to win, and I knew it. They scored their first touchdown, and they didn't even celebrate. They just shook hands like businessmen almost, like just really muted sort of. Yeah, that's one of many, and it just to me set the tone. That is the coolest way you can score. Just a very muted celebration, maybe like a small cake back at the office. Nothing, it just it just sets the tone. It just shows the whole world you know what you're doing. Like any one of those men on that field do not suffer from premature ejaculation. That's what I thought from that. It's like,
wow, that was quite the leap.
No, it's not. You get people get in there and they've got dances planned and they're rolling around on the ground.
I say,
you watch.
I'm not watching their penises to see whether they go off at an appropriate time.
I bet, yeah. All they'd have to do is get in there. Oh my God, we're having sex. Yeah, no.
It's time to do the dance routine.
Yeah, the icky shuffle.
They love it. They love it when you do a dance around the end of the bed after exactly 48 seconds of lovemaking. Love it.
Spike the condom onto their belly. I was lucky enough to get that on. It was touch or go.
Maybe if you look out into the front garden, you'll see there is a punter ready to return. Oh, well, yeah. So, yeah, what a Super Bowl. Very bad for the Kansas City Chiefs. Very good for the Philadelphia Eagles. But I would say, all told, a terrible evening for Drake.
Well, was it? Because I saw the halftime show and I was all like, even I'm not a big rap fan, but I knew about the beef. I knew about it, and I was like, oh, well, Kendrick's going to serve up a big plate of diss.
Right.
And then I couldn't understand a word he said. It's not slander if you mumble.
So how does that hold up in court? Yeah. Your Honour, my client's very words, well,
And do we have to get a translator in for like Florence Henderson in Airplane? Excuse me, Your Honor, I speak jive.
yeah, not a great day. Well, you consider it's what the halftime show in the Super Bowl is the most watched entertainment event on the planet per year.
And Scatman Carruthers does a diss track for Ella Fitzgerald. Oh, these two start going back and forth. How dare you? Absolute outrage.
Get off my boardwalk. You get on that trolley bus, you hear me? Yeah. It wasn't great. So there's the whole world, really famous rapper, telling the world that it must have been there's no way Drake didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Funny old thing. You're in your house, your £50 million house in Toronto, all your snacks and your entourage. Awkward. Whether it was discussed beforehand. Anybody mentioned it?
Maybe Drake only watches the Grey Cup, which is the Canadian Football League. Maybe it's all passed him by. He was like, "Oh, was that on? Was that on this? Oh, we could have watched that." we were all watching the Beachcombers. Now that's a Canadian reference for you there.
Well, yeah, maybe the halftime show in the Grey Cup for the last 10 years has been all about Drake chasing after underage girls.
We tried to warn you.
But nobody watched it. There's whole dance routines holding up his letters. Who should stay away from school? D-R-A-K-E.
The problem is we had to do it in French. Nobody understood.
There's a lot of francophone children who've been saved.
Yeah, and the French didn't particularly care.
I was teaching my daughter how to smoke a cigarette. Anyway, so.
Yes, I see that. There's nothing inappropriate here. Celine Dion's manager is like, well, so
there we go.
Maybe he could come and manage with me, I guess.
Well, it's kind of weird. There's the biggest TV show in America, right? And there's a really famous rapper just alluding to another famous rapper being a nonce.
Yeah.
Right? And you go, what could even remotely be the equivalent of that level of profile? It would be like if a 1980s royal wedding, if the Archbishop had just been slowly throwing references to Jimmy Savile in there. I suppose you're wondering, when Jesus said, "Suffer the little children to bring unto me," who will fix that? Would it be St. James that'll fix it? And when would the children suffer unto him? Well, the truth is, it's God is eternal. So he's both the past and the present tense, all at once. Now then, now then, now then. Everybody in Westminster will be like, yeah, there's Jimmy on 3 rows back.
just looking at all the altar boys, not even paying attention. Yeah, ring boy, a ring.
Oh, why can't you smoke a cigar in church anymore? Yeah. Taylor Swift, she didn't have a great one either.
No.
She got booed.
And I think that's got to be an extra shock to her because she's used to being in massive stadiums where everybody's literally peeing their pants because she's waved from the stage. But then, it goes to show you, not everyone loves you.
Could have been her Ceausescu moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Could be reminding me of a Romanian revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Super Bowl did he go to? Remember when Ceausescu sang "God Save America" right before the Chicago Bears?
Nobody understood him.
No.
But yeah. But what I did like about it, she goes, they put her up on the Jumbotron and the stadium booed her. But I do like the fact that Taylor Swift's response was to do the awkward monkey meme. You know that meme?
No, I don't.
Well, I'll do it side on for you and then for the camera.
Right.
Right? So it's like a toy monkey and he's looking straight ahead. And then slowly his eyes go, look around at you. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's the one she did.
Yeah.
Extremely postmodern way of...
That's how the kids communicate nowadays, through the magic of memes. Meme facing.
The monkey memes.
They meme face each other. I don't know what it means either, but...
They meme face each other. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you know, with Drake, do you know what because he is probably going to sue, but he has sued Kendrick Lamar before, but he didn't sue him. He sued he sued Kendrick Lamar's management,
right?
Because they have the same manager. And he was like,
well,
that's couldn't awkward. Warn me. The manager's like, it's all in good fun. I don't see why you needed to be warned. The man was just calling you a pedophile on the internet. We all get it. It happens to me about 3 times a week, sir. Sometimes it's playful.
2 billion people live. So this tiny man in bootcut jeans called you a bit of a... He's a fucking... I don't know whether any of that... I have no idea. No, because I refuse to pay that much attention to the world of Drake. But he is a dork.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. Did you know he's got a tattoo? You know the famous picture of the Beatles crossing the road? Mm-hmm. Yeah? That famous picture. He's got that tattoo on himself. But he's the 5th Beatle at the front leading the Beatles across the road. Because he's had more #1 singles than the Beatles did.
Wow.
That is sad.
And did he have the Beatles already tattooed? Just going, I know I'm going to do this one day.
That sounds
leave a space for me.
In the gutter.
And what happens if Kendrick Lamar ends up getting more #1s than him? Does he then have to, out of fairness, get a tattoo of Kendrick Lamar leading him?
They're just all around his torso. It's an adventure. You've just been lapped by tattoo.
Everybody just keeps having hit after hit about him being a pedo. He has to keep adding them to
all right.
Okay. Dolly Parton sang a song about me being a pedophile.
God damn it, Britney Spears managed to get it back together for 10 minutes straight. Delay a track. Fucking hell. Yeah, very strange. But also, like, what a celebration of modern America. It's just terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Well, it could have really been like, because they thought it was going to be the America's Back thing, because like Trump was there, and it was sort of the new thing, but it was more like, oh yeah, this is what America's like.
Oh.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, gangsters and pedos. What a wonderful country you got here.
And that's just sitting around Trump in the press box.
And the other thing about that really kind of baffles the outside world about the Super Bowl is just how much Yanks are into the ads.
Well,
the commercials.
They used to be really good, but they were terrible this year.
Shite.
There was one good one. It was Eugene Levy was eating a pizza product of some description from Little Caesars, and it made him so happy that his eyebrows flew away. And Eugene Levy has a thick pair of eyebrows, and it was very funny. They flew away funny too. They sort of like stirred and went, and then they just took off, and you were like, "Oh, wow, that's pleasant." And they met some caterpillars along the way, and they were doing just eyebrow stuff. And
as caterpillars, eyebrows, classic pizza chat.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the caterpillars started worshipping the eyebrows as their kings. Which, it was all very funny. And then
that's all right.
Then they flew back onto Eugene Levy's head, and then they offered him another. They go, oh, they come in pepperoni too, and the eyebrows. And you think, okay, well, finally, okay, we got one in. We got one in the bag.
Yeah,
that was worth it to fight. Like, I almost peed my pants because I couldn't find an ad that I could. I was either watching the game or watching the ads. They should have an ad break for the ads, so we could go have a pee.
Yeah.
And then about 3 commercial breaks later, there's a Pringles ad where famous mustachioed men from now are all. Somebody opens a Pringles tube and all of their mustaches fly away to feast on the Pringles. And it was like, well, this is just the Eugene Levy ad, but with mustaches.
Yes, it's the exact same ad.
Yeah. It was. I don't know if they're trying to claim it was just something in the zeitgeist, man. COVID was over and everyone was talking about flying mustaches and just things flying away, man. We'd been stuck in our houses for so long.
Lord, I mean, it's the only possible option. There's no way that you could get a thief in the world of copyright.
No, they're a pretty honest crew. Ad men. I
think you'll find the finest of men.
They actually don't have to swear on the Bible in court. If they can produce their union card, it's like, no, the man can't lie.
I'm sorry, I'm dismissing this case. This is nothing but balderdash. Are you telling me that an advertising executive would lie?
Could lie.
These fine gentlemen started life chopping down apple trees and confessing to it. All I can see before me is a selection of different George Washingtons. Cokey George Washingtons.
You telling me a man with a massive cocaine habit could utter a lie? Please.
Preposterous. It's clearly a very different ad. One set of celebrities have flying eyebrows, and the other flying mustaches. At the bottom of a face. There's an entire set of eyeballs between those two. Just advertising executives saying, Henri, you don't need to stand up. I know your good heart. You're a good-hearted man. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was really bad. You know who was watching the ads this year? Like a cop who'd got his badge taken away, just going, "I'm gonna come back and fix those next year."
Who's that?
Mr. T.
That's what we need. Goddamn terrible, man. Nobody trying. Ridiculous. Everybody knows David Beckham does not have a twin brother who's also called David Beckham. It's ridiculous, man. Derek Beckham, maybe. Fucking terrible. Yeah, Mr. T was just in his house going, look at all those pennies. All those pennies just lying in this fucking street. The hell can't you even try? Fucking terrible ads. I looked into it. The worst ones, though. I turned down 3 beard flew away ads. I thought it was so hack. I wasn't about to be party to it. Don't make any sense. Eyebrows flying away. Mustaches. It's Mohicans that fly.
Down, Rufus, down.
Story looks like a goddamn landing strip, man. Yeah, well, I looked into it. Some of the great disasters of the last 10 years of the Superbowl ads, because still, like, an insane amount of money's thrown at these really piss poor ads. It seems to be the car industry really shakes up some crap ones. The Dodge Ram ran an ad one year where the voiceover was Martin Luther King.
Like in 1968?
Yeah, not now. They didn't use a Ouija board.
Well, I thought like he could have just been playing his famous speech and driving.
He's playing his famous speech while a Dodge Ram goes through puddles and shit. Of course. I have a dream.
Bunch of rednecks. I know there's one back here somewhere.
I have a dream that two closely related white men go fishing for bass. When nobody's around, really say what they think. Really odd, really odd. They pulled the ad, but this is the absolute king of read. This is from 2007. General Motors ran an ad where in the ad there's one of the assembly line robots gets laid off because he accidentally drops a screw. So the robot gets laid off, and then in the ad you see the robot walking the streets trying to find a job.
Oh no.
Eventually ends up homeless and broke. And in the ad, he's just there, you know, the classic thing, cars going past, splashing puddles onto him. He's got nothing, and he's in the street, you know, doing golf sale ads. This robot. And he's just looking longingly at all these General Motors cars driving past that he'll never fix again. And the ad ends with the robot killing itself. I'm not joking you. The robot's then on a bridge and drowns itself. And as the robot is about to die, as the cold, dark water gathers around him, he wakes up and realises that it was all a nightmare, and he was on the production line the whole time. And needless to say, a fuckload of suicide charities are like, what are you talking about? Don't tell people that losing your job is grounds for killing yourself. Right? General Motors' reply was, GM just wanted to promote our commitment to quality. Why don't your robot kill itself?
What if we meet you halfway and it's just giving businessmen hand jobs in the parking lot of an Arby's?
Really just rhythmic. 3 settings.
Just a business. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, my wife won't do this for me. You understand?
You used to put dashboards in it.
Who's a dirty robot? Who's a dirty little robot?
Who needs a little bit of lube?
Both of us.
It's so mental. It's a genuine ad.
So you get there like a place a plug goes into. I got another idea.
Let's see if I can't recharge you all by myself.
How much did that work on them? You don't got any viruses, do you?
You're not connected to the internet.
Let's put you on airplane mode.
You mind if I put you on vibrate? It's such a weird, sad ad. You go, whoa. Nothing says, are you going to buy a truck? Like, think about suicide.
Yeah.
Really, really odd.
Yeah, well,
Very
that's the thing, you know, and that's Trump, when he's talking about all those tariffs and stuff, he's like, put tariffs on everybody because, you know, you start buying our cars, we got cars, people don't buy them. Like, that's not why. You don't make very good cars. I know why your robots are killing themselves. They have to make American cars.
It does not compute. Why is it still shit?
Yeah, robots are just set to shitty. This is the dial. You gotta put this to precision.
Yeah, doesn't say shitty on the dial. It says all American.
Yeah, which means it's a very smooth ride if you don't take it over 40.
Yeah. This is the reason why we don't have roundabouts in America. Everybody has to stop and look at each other.
We'd have to tighten the bolts on all these cars if we tried to take them through a roundabout. We're a straight line kind of place because, our cars are really poorly put together.
Very poorly done.
I had a couple of Fords, and last one I didn't realize how bad it was until I got like a good car. I was like, oh, I didn't have to be living like that. Like it was full on, like it was like having a tremor. Anytime it got up over 60, it was just.
Oh yeah, there's shit. There's way back in when I was a kid, we had a Chrysler Avenger. This is in the 80s, early 80s. You know, proper your classic saloon car from the 80s. In hindsight, probably tiny. And one day, this is how low tech these American cars were. One day, my dad drove home in a different one. He drove home from the supermarket in a different blue Chrysler Avenger. And it was only when he got home and turned around to get the things out of the back seat, it was like, we don't have red leather interiors. Like they must have had like one key per car.
Yeah, legally we only have to give you a key. We never said that it was.
It also does doors. It's a patio door key. American patio.
It's more, you can just twist that dial in your hand. People like to have a key, though. That's what we've got a bunch of focus groups that came up. People want a key. I think, well, you don't need it. All right.
They're all the same color. They're all blue. So crap. Well, there you go. That's a celebration of the American life.
Yeah. Well, that's and speaking of tariffs and the like, and sporting events, I don't know if you've seen what's going on in Canada right now, but Trump has threatened 25% tariffs on everything from Canada.
Right. Which is what? What does Canada sell America?
Everything. Everything. Yeah, it wasn't.
A lot of John Candies. A lot of Leslie Nielsen's.
Yeah,
apparently you're moving over like 40,000 Leslie Nielsen's across the border.
Well, Drake. Yeah, he's
I don't think he's going to cross the border.
There's been a larger tariff put on Drake, actually. There's been a social tariff on Drake. And he won't be crossing the border for other reasons.
No. No. Turns out I'm really popular here in Canada. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you, creepy.
Yeah, he said, Drake, the embassy tour. Just Canadian embassies, just helicoptering into Canadian embassies all over the world. Yeah, we got Drake on the line. He wants to know how big our function room is. Probably fit about 1,000 people in there if you really squished them. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
He says he wants to squish them. He wants to squish them on sovereign territory. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Geez, okay, Mr. Drake.
You may have to wait till the French rotate in for that kind of behavior.
Wonderful. So anyway, Canadians are really mad, and he's really Trump has really made he's brought Canada together in a way that maybe we never have been.
Wow!
Canada started in an argument.
Yeah, it surely did.
And that argument never ended.
No,
it just continued and continued and continued. But then it was like, it was the classic, somebody watched their brother get punched in a school fight, and although he hadn't talked to him in 3 months, he was like, that's my fucking brother.
That's mon frère.
Yeah. Yeah. So they've been having troubles at the hockey games. When the American teams come up and play, Canadians have been booing the American national anthem, and it's so out of character for Canadians. It's really bugging the Americans. Like, they started off like, we don't care, boo it. But
dorks.
Yeah, everybody else, like the rest of the world, was just kind of like, well, if Canada's doing it, they must have a really good reason. So, but because it doesn't, like, the NHL has always been sort of apolitical and never really likes to take a stand either way.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get the crowd to stop doing it by sending out people that you generally wouldn't boo, like, just because of who they were. They sent out a 15-year-old girl in Toronto. No luck. And all of these Americans...
just Drake. Just wait for me.
Yeah.
Don't boo her all the way out of the stadium.
Drake comes on with his coat and he gets her off like James Brown. Drake. Yeah, we weren't booing her. We were booing Drake. We could see him.
Drake Nosferatu-ing his way across the
ice. Coming across on a luge. So, yeah, she got booed, and then we're like, the NHL was like, well, what are we going to do? Because the big game was coming in Vancouver, and they were like, okay, well, this is Vancouver, and Vancouver is where woke came from, I'm pretty sure, because I remember it being around there long before it was around anywhere else.
The left coast.
The left coast, and they brought a black woman in a wheelchair out. Like a middle-aged black woman in a wheelchair was wheeled onto the ice, and it was like
so many unbooable things there.
I know, it was like God making the unstoppable force and the unliftable odds. Like, it was the God conundrum. Like, okay, what is going to happen here now? You know, like, are they going to do those hand waves but extra? But he started singing in fucking Vancouver.
I'm sorry. Nice guy's over. It's over. Yeah. You can keep sending your disabled ladies up here. We're going to boo them.
Oh, we're just going to boo them. Yeah. We're not booing you. Okay, first of all,
we're booing the idea of you.
I booed her. Shut up, Ronnie.
All right, you do the talking,
okay,
Gordo.
Ronnie booed her, but the rest of us were making a political statement, okay?
Man, I was mostly it was gas.
Yeah.
I was just letting a lot of gas out. Through political means.
Hold on a second. Was her name Lou? Because I think I know what happened. They knew that.
So ridiculous. So Canadians losing their shit. Booing disabled people on us.
Yeah.
You gotta make Canadians real fucking angry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I just think it's funny with Trump, like this whole 51st state thing. He does not know what he's getting into. Like, even if he got it to negotiations, he'd have to go to Canada and fucking sit with, like, okay, what do you guys want? What don't they want? A lot of these people haven't been listened to in a very long time. And you would just have this list of things that, you know.
Two languages.
Yeah, just taking it back to the rest of America. He's like, okay, first and foremost, you all have to learn French.
It's so great. The ultimate negotiating flex. Have him there for weeks on end. He finally thinks the 11th hour we finally settled the deal. Okay, so that's it. That's all you want. We're done. We're done, Canada. Oh, yeah, we're fine. You haven't spoke to Jean-Claude and the boys yet, though. Good luck.
Yeah, that was just the people from Prince Edward Island. That's just what they want. There's like 9 other of us and in 2 territories. I'm not even sure what your deal with that is, but you're nowhere close to Dundalk Duck. You might as well call Huey, Dewey, and Louie and your other kids in here, because
It won't be a while yet.
oh yeah, if there's one thing we like doing, it's complaining about the government. So
You haven't been out to the Maritimes yet, buddy. You try and negotiate with those fucking 16th century Irishmen.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you'll know when you get to the middle, because the farmers got extra long arms for all the handouts.
Beautifully delivered. Only a professional comedian can do an impression of somebody who can't do comedy doing a punchline. Professionally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there you go. Jesus.
Yeah,
Sport the Canadian way.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, how about this? It seems the only sensible way. America drops all its tariffs against its northern cousin Canada, and in return, Canada will just send Drake over the border. You just just have him staked down to a pallet, covered in jam and ants. Then it's up to you what you want to do with him.
I'm in. Apparently he's dropped the tariffs anyway, though. Except he's going to keep the aluminum tariffs, and they're going to be 25%. Although England is apparently not going to have to pay them, and I think it's just because they've said it in a way he doesn't understand. Oh yeah, no, it's aluminum.
Yes, the aluminium tariffs will be zero.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's fine by me. I'm only here for aluminum. So that's so actually possible.
Yeah. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's probably
That's
that is
all
the reason.
That's
that
all
happened.
very, very possible.
Finding a new job is stressful. But with Indeed, it doesn't have to be. Just fill out your Indeed profile with your skills, experience, and desired salary. The more you fill out, the better your matches will be. And hearing from hiring managers will be 2 times more likely. Relax. That's your Indeed profile sending opportunities your way. Indeed, the world can work better.
Now then, are you ready for another story?
I am.
Well, seeing as how we're still on the theme of Americans and eating shite food while watching sport, this is second to none. This is an extraordinary story. There's a man in Florida who is on the carnivore diet. That is where you only eat meat, you only eat cheese and butter. And that's it. No vegetables, no fruit.
Did he know he was on a diet of or is that just kind of how he rolled?
Literally rolled. To the Carl's Jr.
I love those people. They think they're doing something. Like, you can get it. Like, in America, it's like, you want a bun with that burger? You want to go raw? Or raw? You want it wild? Like, then they wrap it in a lettuce leaf, and it's like, yeah, I'm basically losing weight here.
It's what the Native Americans ate before Columbus showed up. 7 patties, no bun. Bison, eagle, bear. It's like a totem pole of meat.
Yeah.
That's how the Apaches rolled. This is ridiculous. Yeah, so he's on this diet, the carnivore diet, for something like 6 months. He's in Tampa Bay, Florida. And he had noticed that he had started to ooze pure cholesterol.
Yeah.
Oozing. It's this yellow gunk that's coming out of his hands and feet and around his eyes because he had only eaten meat, eggs, and cheese.
I was gonna say,
Like,
don't high five him, but there's no, like, he's not gonna be playing pickup ball down at the Y and making shot after shot. It's like, you don't even pass to him. he's taking a lot of balls to the chest.
He's now a lint millionaire. So disgusting. Just it's oozing out of his crevices. Like, man, dude. But I thought, like, it sounds just like the average Frenchman's diet. But then you've got to throw in a lot of red wine. That'll counter it all.
Yeah. Well, anytime somebody goes on one of these diets, they generally do lose a lot of weight in the first 3 or 4 weeks, but you only ever hear them telling you, because if you ever actually see them after that drafted, they look like prisoners. There's good ways and bad ways to lose. You can tell when somebody's lost weight in a good way. Yeah. Their jaw's sort of keeping up with the weight loss. Yeah. It's firming along with it. It's not just dangling some chin skin off and sunken eyes. Like, guess what my secret is? You're about to die? Is that your secret?
It's a great way to lose weight. You're going to lose all those organs in your chest. And if all you've eaten is butter for 6 months, that's going to be a heavy old heart you got there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're not... Yeah, they actually... the organ donor people came and erased your signature on your license. Please, we're just going to take that off. We saw you. We heard your order at the drive-through window. We don't even want a chance of these things getting into Gen Pop. Gen Pop.
It's an outbreak of ooze.
These are going to kill more organs than they say. You put one of these kidneys in with some relatively healthy other organs.
It's going to lead the other organs astray.
Yeah, that's enough butter in a kidney to poison the whole man.
What were you in? You in a healthy 10-year-old? Car accident? Terrible. Not me. Every one of these bag of organs is filled to the brim with butter. Full fat. Salty goodness.
I shouldn't be in a stockbroker right now. I should be in a pan. I would be delicious. If you chop me up and put me in a pie, I would be really tasty right now.
My skin is butter crust. He says, though, that he feels like he's lost a lot of weight and he's got much more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You live in a bungalow. Like... You try getting up and down the stairs with your butter heart.
He sort of slithers like a slug. With his new, all he has to do is put his hands and his feet on the ground and then just sort of vibrate with his heart working extra hard. It's like a perpetual motion machine. He just, like Sabuto, is that the game? Just Sabuto's around his house with his... You always know where he's been, too. Don't commit a crime in that state.
It's just snails going, oh, gross. Fucking, you've only been eating butter? What's wrong with you? Eat dead dog shits in the gardens like us.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't drive an American car. Gets it pumped up on the highway. And it's just like... It's got a convertible. People turn their windshield wipers on behind. What the hell's that guy doing up there?
He lived as a stain. He died as a stain.
Shedding his butter skin, singing King of the Road with the top down. Pulls over for a hitchhiker. Declines. Where are you going? I changed my mind. Going back to apologize to my parents is what I'm doing. I'm not getting in with you, Butterstick.
I know you've ever tried to grapple with a butter man.
Yeah, I can't take you hostage, but the cops can't catch me for what I'm going to try and do.
This guy just goes straight through the bars. There's not a prison in the world gonna hold me.
Unless you got an officer of the law that's won a grease pig contest, good luck catching me.
Cletus.
Yeah, they got it like a SWAT team in Florida. We got another butter man running amok in Fort Lauderdale. Get him to the sand. That's what you do. You gotta get him to the sand. Get a butter man running on sand. That's how you catch him.
He stays on asphalt. He goes down a couple of inches every couple of miles, but he's still there.
Well, it's like chasing James Bond's cars. There's a slick behind him. You cannot get purchased. You want to catch a butter man? You gotta T-bone him.
And the only antidote is garlic. It really is. Apparently that's what you're meant to do. If you fuck up your cholesterol that much, you're just meant to eat a lot of garlic. You're slowly but surely just braising yourself on the inside. Nice garlicky butter.
I think his wife is just trying to make a stew out of him. I read on the internet that you have to go soak yourself in a brine broth.
It's so crazy. You've got to see this dude's hands, though. It's just revolting. How you've got this cholesterol oozing out of you.
Yeah.
But you know what? Each their own. He's chosen his path. It won't be uphill.
He's currently selling his ladder on eBay.
I'm just walking behind him with a muffin. It's going to be his coffin. It's just a muffin.
Yeah, you're just at the movie. You got halfway through the popcorn and it's getting a little dry. Hey, Arthur, you want to just give this a stir with your hand?
At the multiplex, just butter hands just churning the popcorn.
Yeah, if you get it out of the pump, it only gets the top ones. You got to get Arthur down there just really giving it a go. Really getting in there.
So artisanal. It's how the Italians, the Venetians have done it for 1,000 years. We fat one of them up. Nothing but butter for you. So you're all butter. Then we can just touch you with things. And you're just working the multiplex. Well, I wish you all the very best. I'm glad it's given you more energy. There's so many other ways to get energy in this world.
Yeah.
Than just turning yourself into just butter, man.
Yeah, you could just try eating a right amount of everything.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Dr. No Fun. Don't listen to that. That sounds like Canadian big government nonsense.
That's right.
You're an American. You're from Florida. Live free.
Butterman.
Butterman of freedom. That's what this American flag stands for. Butter. These colors, everything on that flag. The stars are for your assholes.
Don't tread on me and don't hand me anything heavy and valuable.
Don't slip on me.
Don't touch me. That's just good life advice. That's good for me. That's good for you too.
Founding fathers. That's the reason why we have the snake on this flag for the first butter American. Man, she successfully wrestled a rattlesnake. Goddamn thing had no idea what was happening to it. Once you got its rattle all gunky, it gives up. Gotta get that rattle gunky.
And you got that thing all greased up in the desert, son. Burned to death. Son, have you ever seen a rattlesnake with sunburn? Well, you ain't never petted it with a butter hand.
You slowly be fried. You know you're doing it well when the eagles start circling.
Smelling a nicely buttered rattlesnake. Ooh, that just slither right down my throat.
It's a symbol of freedom. Deep fried freedom.
Yeah, or eagle eating a buttered snake.
God damn it. It's making me emotional thinking about it.
Boo that Canada. People taking their hats off and dropping them on the ground. Oh, yeah, damn it.
Beautiful, buttery American snake. Not like your horrible, stodgy beavers.
Mixed with cheese and gravy.
Yeah. Cheese and gravy. Wow, laugh. Oh, God. Oh, fucking freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom. The freedom to
eat whatever the hell you like.
Whatever.
Even if it doesn't make a lick of sense.
And it does not make a lick of sense.
Well, would you like another Ye-jit?
Oh, yes, please.
Well, I didn't know if you've got access to the internet where you live. But pretty much anybody who does has heard
It's in the
it.
library. We've got it in the library.
But they'll know about this outburst. Kanye West really out-Kanye'd himself.
Oh, and that's the tallest dwarf contest of all time.
Yeah.
People, what always amazes me, pick one. You go ahead.
He began tweeting racist tweets to start.
All right.
And then they slithered into anti-Semitism, and then it was about record producers, which wasn't technically anti-Semitic. But if he hadn't done all those "I'm Hitler" ones before, then you could say, no, that's just about a record producer. But well, you didn't have to bring up the fact he was Jewish, and you didn't have to tell everybody you were Hitler.
Yes, I love Hitler. He very unambiguously he said, "I'm a Nazi."
Yeah.
God. I mean, honestly, how the fuck do you end up making Hitler spin in his grave? If Hitler came back now, he would be so disappointed at the state of the National Socialist movement. In the hands of fucking lantern-jawed black man. This isn't a plan.
Kanye and Elon. Those are the... This wasn't the 100-year plan.
This isn't what we were wanted. We appreciate your rampant anti-Semitism, but we're not super cool with Black Caesar. Isn't it? And you can't just join. We're not like an,
And a nerd.
a nerd and a rapper. This is the side of it. What are the rest of you doing? Come on, North Dakota. We know where you are. Why aren't you trying? You letting him take over our Nazi party? It's so odd.
Think of the actual Hitler before you...
Won't you think, Kanye, won't you think of Hitler's legacy before you start fucking ruining it all with your...
What would Hitler say if he was alive today?
For shame on you, Mr. West.
I want you to go and think about what you did. You've upset Hitler.
You've upset Hitler.
Yeah, and he wasn't done. That would be enough. That would be enough for most people to make a appearance on the show. But he decided to also put a little hardcore pornography out there. Yeah.
In the middle of a debate about Nazis, he just threw in a bit of shagging, did he?
From what I think is he just jerked himself dry and then went with a little bit of Nazism. Yeah. And that was just while he was reloading. That's where I think it started. I think he was just out. He was.
I don't think this man is actually a Nazi like us. I think he just has blue balls. His balls are empty, and while his balls are empty, his heart is full of darkness.
From the scientists that brought you Operation Paperclip, we figured out why Kanye thinks he's a Nazi.
With all those scientists, we've asked them back from NASA. Can you explain why this black man thinks he's one of us? So after he shot a load,
many loads.
Next thing he's all about it. Mind cramp. And thank you for joining us this week on Eejits. That'll do us.
Yep.
Thanks for waiting till the very end of the episode for a good punchline.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's how you do it, kids. Not only do I feel like this whole episode was leading up to that moment, I feel like my whole life.
Oh, Jesus. There you go. And so he's knocking around the internet. He's got, how the fuck, you have to be an absolute raving anti-Semite bigot of all sorts to get banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
Modern Elon Musk's Twitter,
Didn't he just leave though? I think he left. I don't know if he was banned.
No. It's like, that's like saying a poo, saying it, I don't want to live in this bowel anymore. I think a series of well-coordinated contractions removed you from us.
Because I don't remember him always being crazy. And I think what happened is his mom died in plastic surgery. Or
a botched boob job.
Or did she? Maybe. She's now living as a Korean woman named Chrysalis.
Okay.
And she's away from the craziness of her son.
Well, I think that he's got brain damage. I mean, that's how he became famous. It was, Through the Wire, the first song was about him surviving a car accident. His jaw is like that because he has metal plates in it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's definitely damage on his noggin for the rest of his life.
Wow. I didn't know.
Come on.
There's
there's eccentric, but then there's being a black rapper who thinks he's a member of the Nazis. That's brain damage.
Yeah. Well, or because you can get sort of disasterists that it's usually in your head. You go, what's the worst thing that could happen right now? Or what's the worst thing I could say right now? I thought he kind of had that. He has a compulsion to do the very worst thing sometimes that he could, what's the worst thing I could say?
Yeah. That's him.
Yeah.
Also, what I don't understand, this whole carry on with his missus, Bianca Censore.
Yeah.
Ironically, she's never censored. She's literally naked all the time. Yeah. And there was he brought her along to the Grammys. Was it the Grammys last week?
Yes.
She's just naked. She's naked on the red carpet.
It was,
and
it was a slightly sheer dress. Okay, come on. It was just the way that the wind had picked it up. And
then tightened it around her.
Yeah, no.
The way the wind had...
It was the lighting. She didn't know the lighting was going to be that bright. In a room, it's fine. It's just somebody had a really bright light on the camera.
There's kids tomorrow morning sandwiches will be more discreetly wrapped.
It did look a bit like a child sandwich.
I know, yeah. People were like, it's very much a sign of controlling behaviour. And I was like, yeah, that's bad. I'm just going to keep looking at this evidence for a little bit longer.
Yeah, we're going to have to see it. And was there any shots from the back? Yeah, I'd have to take a look at those too.
What about you got any criminal evidence of side boob? Or,
but actually, like a drone. It was aiming to fly a drone of the thing just to get it all the angles covered.
What I find weird about it, right, apart from anything, but maybe it is that sort of... just the way Irish people, British people have react to anything to do with sexuality. It's not that he's, a demented, egotistical, world famous rapper, and he's got his missus, and she's just naked all the time, publicly, to promote him or whatever the hell the deal between the two of them. It's the fact that they're always scowling, Do you know what I mean? It's like, could there be a demented British or Irish version of Kanye? 100%. Could they have their main squeeze, whether it's a wife or a girlfriend, get naked and runway things? Yeah, I can also see that happening. Right? It's not like Britain's like a a font of great morals, you know, in the world of gangbangs, and you know, but still, like if it was a red carpet in the UK, famous British rapper, and his main squeeze, who was always naked on the runway, at least they'd get out of the car going, "Hey!" You know what I mean? He'd be like, "Whoa, look at her knockers, look at her knockers. Right? Go on, lads. Go on, lads. Don't be shy. Have a look, lads." And she'd be like, "Hey!" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When she gets to her moment on the red carpet, she'd have a bit of a juggle of her jugs, you know? Hey!
Yeah.
It's just joyless.
Yeah.
What's the point of getting your knockers out in public if you're not going to go, hey?
Yeah, they've got like the look on the face that everyone would have if I wore that dress. Really disappointed. Please don't jiggle your breasts, sir. I'm not. That's just the wind.
That is the season. Tis the season of the juggling tits.
Sorry, I ran down a flight of stairs about a day ago, and they're still going.
They picked me up on the radar. Yeah, she's like, she looks sad. She looks sad to have her magnificent breasts out in public.
Yeah.
That's the sad bit of it.
Yeah, I
He
think...
doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to bring a smile to this woman's face.
I don't know. Now that I know about his backstory, I get the feeling that they bunked heads in that accident.
Yeah. Maybe both of them have survived car accidents.
Maybe that's how they met.
At an airbag convention.
No, head on the highway.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't need a seatbelt.
Or airbags. I saw the dress. I know she survived that accident.
That's what
Doctors would say it was a miracle. A pair of breasts like that came into their ward.
Oh, so stupid. So joyless and serious about it all. Like, fuck's sake, they're knockers, man. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Either don't get them out or at least have a bit of a crack about it. Like, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
I don't disagree. I can't figure out if they're real or not. But I don't know. Maybe augmented, but
Maybe. I really like just how much the spirit of scientific inquiry just infused you there. It was like witnessing the Enlightenment. Good Lord. I feel like I'm in Edinburgh in the late 17th century. You just really went there. You were really thinking.
Just try.
Really sciencing it there.
Oh yeah. There was pie charts and like math equation symbols floating around.
Oh yeah. Okay, you were using all your formal education there to ascertain the knowledge. Real or not real?
I had my compass out. I was poking my finger with it. Making it do little swirlies.
Fire up the Bunsen burner, boys.
I'm going to draw a perfect circle right now. Somebody gives me a pencil and my compass back, Your Honor.
Yeah, very strange. Very strange. Just at least cheer up, like. Tits out, have a laugh. They're the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to scowl like that, you wear a what do you call them? The house coat. You wear a house coat.
You wear a house coat. I don't know what a house coat is, but yeah. Or just get around with a knitting, a rolling pin.
Yeah. Wait for Andy Cap to get home.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Anyway, that was this week's roundup of the very best of American culture.
Yeah.
The very best.
Super Bowl weekend, you really outdid yourself.
You surely did. And go Birds.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well done, Eagles.
Well done, Eagles.
E-A-G. P-S-Y.
God, that was so amazing. The mayor of Philadelphia trying to spell Eagles live on TV. Go Eagles! E-G. I wouldn't mind, but there's people around her and they just join in as well. E-G-L-S-E-S. Eagles! You go, that's eggless.
Well, it happened again. Right before the game, and Michael Strahan had to step in, and he was like, "This is the second time this week this happened in public."
In that case, it was go Eagles. It was E-A-G-E-L-S. That's Eggles. What's the magic ingredient in these delicious bagels? Eagle.
Yeah, wasn't he one of the doctors in Operation Paperclip? Dr. Eggles.
Dr. Eggles, please come this way. Have you heard of Kanye? He's really bringing the organization into disrepute. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll have to get our time travelers to kill him and not just botch the car accident like last time.
Can we go back to these 3 albums? He has been shit since College Dropout. Terrible. 808 and Heartbreaks is a fucking terrible album. And we invented ecstasy.
And we needed every little bit of it to get through that album.
Oh, so turgid. Stop trying to sing.
Thank you, Dr. Eggles.
Oh, well. Well, there you go. Well, Razzmatazz a go-go. Well done, the United States of America.
Yeah.
Now then, myself and Mr. Glenn will be away with our respective families over the next 2 weeks. So we shan't be here, but we'll each Wednesday we'll put out some more clips. Obviously, there is a back catalogue of 75 hours.
Yeah.
You can watch and listen. And then we will return refreshed, and we will take on the Eejits of the rest of the world. Yeah? Filled to our gills with some of the finest cholesterol known to man.
Yeah, that's going to be wall-to-wall butter at my house. 2 weeks of butter. That's the story about a Tibetan fights off the Nazis.
It's like eat, pray, low for fat men.
2 weeks of butter, honey.
2 weeks of butter. I'll sign this paperwork if you want. You just give me 2 weeks and butter.
I'll sign it with a buttery handprint. I don't use signatures anymore. I just butter print my hand on every contract.
Oh, paper, see-through paper for me.
It's a fingerprint. It'll hold up in court. People are taking it. People
in butter court. Oh, fuck. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's Eejits of the World.
Yes.
We're on all the social medias.
All of them.
All of them. Please like and subscribe, interact with our social media accounts.
Yeah.
The clips we put out, all that, review stuff, all of that.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Have your say.
Have your say.
This is what D-Day was all about. You leaving a comment.
Yeah. Double D-Day.
Yeah. Motorboat. I came in on the motorboat on double D-Day.
It's what America would have won. Came in on the motorboat on double D-Day. Stupid.
And if I'm ever at like a D-Day ceremony, I'll just take the mic. No, it's okay. I'm a comedian. It's okay. People will like this.
Sit down, old man. Hey, old man Shuffles, sit down.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear your story. We heard it last year and it was boring. Yeah, your best friend's still dead.
Anyway. Thank you for joining us on this week's Eejits of the World. It has been a
People production.